Hey, what's going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing my Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V or Arc 5 episode 116 review cycle there. Bust through you know, where the Duel Academy school is or whatever there. Kind of makes a joke to the teacher, and kind of gets right out of there because he's trying to find Ren at this point. You know, so he's, in the motorcycle. You got Alexis and you got, Duel Academy people, because they informed him, that that's why Yuto's there. But they're still outside, Mr. Sakaki, Alexis, they're still out there, waiting to make their move there. Then you see the villain, basically. He's just, the guy who's running Duel Academy. And you see this old guy or whatever, and you don't see his face. And he's holding up this key. He shuffles up a deck, and then he draws the card, and it's some, some web thing or whatever, spider type card or whatever there. So then the episode officially begins after the theme song there. You basically got Kite. Kite, I believe, is going to the east one, and the Yuto's going to the west one or whatever there, because, he's trying to save Len from the Xyz dimension, and Yuto's trying to save Ren from the synchro dimension or whatever there. One thing to note is the same voice actor that does Zuzu, person who does Dawn in Pokemon, is doing that she's doing Ren because she sounds exactly the same. Well, they are counterparts for each other, but still it doesn't mean exactly they have to all sound like each other. They all have different personalities, but I guess they did that because her personality is more like hers. But before we can get to any of that, something to Alexis and Mr. Sakaki. While this is going on, Kite and Yuto, they are stopped respectfully from where they're trying to go to save Ren and Lin. And they're stopped by the guardians of the west and the eastern, thing or whatever. They had to face them in a duel there. So they're like, okay. So they face them in the duel. And what happens next? They basically, when they summon their strongest monsters, they have this monster. They would lose attack points or whatever, and the attack points would be then added to the Guardian's life points there. They would end up both, countering this, that they did this on purpose, because this is what leads me to being able to set this up, counter move. Kite, did that, to take over the his monster, he eventually took over his monster and made it another copy of or the Xyz monster. And by sacrificing it, he got more of the attack points. And ultimately won the duel. And it was the same for the synchro monster. His effect once he synchroed the new monster and took it out. It was basically the same duel, essentially, result. I mean, just, one did the synchro and one did the Xyz. They were different, but it was the same effect, basically, where they were getting life points and shit like that, for each time they lost attack powers. After they defeat the Guardians, they both go into the rooms. Now, my first thought about this was, this whole brainwashing thing is, if they're brainwashing them, why are they even putting them in the dang, the dungeon or whatever, trapped anymore or whatever? They could have just done it that, they were, acting the way, everyone said they acted. Well, Lin Lin, I guess, we never really seen her. We only seen a couple flashbacks of her. We never actually seen what she could do. But, with Rin Rin, we knew, what she was like, and they kind of acted the same way. But then you see the little black screen thing there at the end, basically, that they're brainwashed, because they have the old dude that we can't see his full face, has the card or whatever there. And so they're basically under the control. I'm imagining we're going to have them be dueling in the next episode or whatever there. I think if they beat them, I guess the effect might be voided. I don't know if that's how it works. Maybe. That's what I like to think. If this is some brainwashing shit, hopefully Zuzu is safe, though. I mean, right now she's kind of captured. Maybe something happens, because I don't want to see her getting brainwashed here, but we're going to have to see what happens with her, because they haven't shown her yet, and they didn't show her in this episode. So, they're going to have to follow them or something. So, that's what I'm saying. Also, Sora didn't know anything about the plans. All he knew about was that he wanted to combine the 4 dimensions, like you already knew. And that's what he basically tells him. And because, I mean, come on. There has to be a reason. Well, my theory was the bracelet thing, because the bracelet thing always lights up or whatever. So that was always my theory, was that the Zuzus are connected. But my question is, obviously the 4 different dimension Zuzus are basically the key, because that's why they're always that's why the master wants them. That's why the headmaster of Duel Academy wants all 4 of them. It's clearly and Yuya are the only people so far that have 4 different dimension versions of themselves. So to me, why isn't he interested in the Yuyas? Why? Do they not have a key? You need to get all 4 of the Zuzus, but it's pretty clear now. But I kind of theorized that this is what was going to happen. That he wanted the headmaster wanted all 4, the headmaster of the Duel Academy wanted all 4 of the Zuzus from each dimension. Which explains why he never wanted Selena to leave the fusion dimension. So her mind wouldn't get clouded, which it did, by the heroes. So, yeah, that's basically how the episode ends, by the way. Kind of a short and sweet type episode. But it was really cool getting to see Sora, too, a little bit in there. We gotta see more Sora. We gotta see some more Sora dueling up in here, because Sora is he is the best new character in this whole series. So, I mean, we gotta see more of Sora. Yeah, overall, good episode. videos, please subscribe. And like this video, because, you know, that kind of helps me out. You know, like, seriously, if you really like this video, you know, like it. So yeah, that's about it, guys. All my playlists of reviews that I've done in the past, the link there, as well as not last week's, basically the last. That's about it. I am the SS Ultimate Goku, and I'm out of here. Peace.